I remember when we were strong. The Viridian Outriders, a bold fraternity dedicated to preserving the safety of the needful traveler. Within my lifetime, I have seen us fall so far, replaced by the steel and gold of a king I once called friend. New threats arise, though, and his cutlass and coin may not be enough to save our people. We're still here, though. Less than we were. But we're here, and we'll help where we can. That is my oath. Hello, and welcome back to Another Path. My name is Chase, and I remain your GM. Today, we start to learn the price of war. Thank you to our backers, Jeremy, Patrick, and Connor, for their support. If you like what you hear, consider donating to us at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia, and maybe try checking out some of the other shows on the network. As a reminder, you may remember that over the past few years, we've been attending a catacon down in Dayton, Ohio in the fall. This year is no different. We have actually just made our booking, so we are 100% officially set to be there. We're going to have a massive group of GLM folks out, and we really hope you'll be able to come out and see us. Convention is going to be held from November 7th through the 9th at the beautiful Dayton Convention Center. VIP and vendor sales are open now. All other badges will be open for purchase on August 19th. More will become available as far as events and whatnot in the coming weeks and months. We're going to be hosting a bunch of different games over the course of the weekend. I am going to probably be running a massive 25-person game of D&D. So if you want to get on that, make sure you go ahead and book your spot. But with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy your trip down Another Path.
Hey, did we level up, Chase?
No.
Oh, why not?
Because you just leveled up.
We killed a king.
Kill the king!
I
How many experience points is killing a king? And if you say it's milestone leveling, I can't think of a greater milestone than talking a king into assisted suicide.
You just leveled up. You have not been able to use all of the things that you have gotten from your prior level up.
Ain't nothing wrong with power leveling.
This is a genuine thing. This is a promise I am going to make to you three. At some point, I am going to let you level up 2 games in a row. You should be so afraid when I let you do that. You should be so afraid. Because what you have just done is called me on my bluff, and that I won't let do that at some point. And I absolutely will, to hurt you.
Yeah. Yeah, that caused a pit in my stomach when you said it.
I'm just saying, one more Artificer Battlesmith gets crazy at level 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
so ready.
in 4 years of the first 3 campaigns, you got to level 15 in 4 years.
Uh-huh.
And now we're going on
and we
3
really
years at level 8.
We really only got to 12 or 13, and then we got to the end, and Chase went, hold on. We leveled up probably a couple of games sooner than we should have, twice. Which was fine. It was fun.
Exactly. And hey, I threw appropriately leveled things at you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And Chase went, what do I have to do so it's not my fault? I've given them enough.
I've given you all the clues, Mr. Policeman.
I just want to do a rematch with Magicatronics with our new skills and see how easily we body them.
At some point, we gotta go back. At some point, I have to throw more Magicatronics at you all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're Magicatronics.
And they were not CR5. Those were strong.
I throw so few actual combats at you. You gotta feel them when I do.
We needed an Archfey in that fight.
Allegedly.
Hey, boys, do we know what we're doing?
Absolutely not.
Cool, I don't.
Hey, I know. I'm not sure if this is going to make it in or not. This is some of the most prose writing I have done for myself.
Oh, cool.
Sweet. So we get to hear the show get made today?
Basically, there's going to be, look, don't get me wrong. You're going to have your moments. I also have a lot of stuff I got to do, and I'm going to make y'all sad, but we'll get all to that in a bit.
my roommate, the illustrious Katie, recently moved out.
Katie?
And Justin, you've been on my, as planned, as scheduled. But Justin, you've been on my fridge for the past however so long since you sent out your wedding invites and stuff. And I was taking inventory the day after she moved out, and you weren't there. And I was like, did Katie take Justin? Because we have another like Christmas card of a set of mutual friends on there. I was like, did she grab the wrong one? No, you were on top of my fridge. So you're back in your rightful spot. Yes. But I was like, did she take Justin?
I mean, I can send her something if she wants it.
Send her a signed save the date that is a year and a half old.
I was just thinking like a signed headshot.
Like a headshot.
There you go. Pull one out of the trunk of your car.
Just like for my biggest fan.
I hear you listen to my show. Thanks, Justin.
No need to steal this from a fridge.
That will sell for tens of dollars on the eBay.
Hey, that's not nothing.
That actually does remind me, out of curiosity, did any of you take a look at that incredibly and deeply extra Airbnb that I found in Dayton that
I did,
at the time was open for a Catacon weekend?
The one with 29 bedrooms?
Yeah, the one with 29 like black marble floors and gold accents everywhere.
Yeah. For sure.
I did not see that.
It was a lot. I'll probably be booking at least one hotel room here within the next couple of days.
Sure.
And if we need to book extra, we'll book extra. But
I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good time. We're getting most people out for this one, which is great. We're going to be getting the new TSS folk, which awesome. I've had the opportunity to play a little Baldur's Gate with the two of them and Lord Taylor Tuttle, and it's been a good time.
The question is, are we going to get a bottle of Malort?
No.
And drink it with them?
I mean, look, this
We've done worse things.
We've done exactly that thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can be a tradition if we choose to make it.
The invasion of Taggart is swift and nearly bloodless. Bering quickly becomes the first checkpoint for the armies on their way into the country to rest, regroup, and set back out. Day 1 was ground forces, a true and proper army armed to the teeth with wild and powerful magic weapons. The next day, they are followed by airships. Most pass right over, but a few set down, letting off a support team. Within hours, the city is surrounded by new buildings, folded up from massive crates that they were apparently packed into. A blessing, though, as they are joined by a medical support team who, without question to who, start to lend aid to all who need it. It is on the second day that the cost of the undersigned attack is truly tallied. Citizens, guard, and outrider alike are counted and returned to their families where able. While each death stings, it is the passing of Lenny that strikes the outriders the hardest.
No! Not Lenny!
You can't do that.
No, he's been here since the beginning. We didn't even make him up as a joke halfway through an episode. He was OG.
No.
Oh, Lenny.
He was found in the city, down some alley, surrounded by dead undersigned, clearly bludgeoned to death by his cane.
My man. Fuck yeah, Lenny. Way to go, Lenny.
Went out like a badass.
My man.
His death was swift, but a warrior's death for the long-suffering librarian was a cold shock to the crypt. By far the oldest member of the order locally, he was without family. Therefore, it falls to the Outriders to inter him. It is the evening before the funeral. What do you all do?
I want to, we gotta bury, I want to kill the king again. That's easier than burying Lenny.
You didn't even kill the king. You made him do it.
I know, which was harder.
Okay, so when I pass 5 deception checks in a row in Baldur's Gate to convince a guy to kill himself, did I not kill him? Did I not get the XP from that?
We didn't.
Oh man, Lenny.
Oh, no, not Lenny. This actually hurts.
Chase did say he was gonna make us sad before the episode started.
War sucks.
I think Harper, while is not grieving probably the most, like she liked Lenny obviously, but was not the person that she was closest with, but knows that like Cecil and Arabin have, and Luca for that matter, probably have a much closer relationship with Lenny, so still wants to do something to commemorate that, and goes through the process of crafting a quill made of brass, like a metallic quill with like the spines of the feather are made of metal, and can use that as part of like the grave marker, or it can be interred with him or something like that, but just making something to commemorate him.
Awesome.
I have a question. How much of the library is still standing?
The library is fine. The crypt is by and large untouched. Most of the damage that happened in the crypt was not by undersigned. It was because presently a quarter of the town has had to move in.
Oh, okay. So the library is in the crypt.
Yes.
That's good to know. I thought it was just in the town.
Oh, this is specifically the Outrider library.
Oh, okay. Arabin is going to go to that library, and he is going to find Lenny's favorite book about penmanship. And he is going to take that book, and he's going to write in calligraphy, "Goodbye, my friend," in the cover. And he's going to bury that book with him.
You
Very good.
pull that book and you keep it with you. You actually have somewhere else to be this evening, and you set off in that direction, Arabin. We'll get to that in a moment. Cecil, what are you doing?
Cecil gets what they always do for close members of the Outriders. They go and they get their favorite strain of tea that Cecil brewed for them in the store. Now, obviously, this doesn't work for everyone, but Lenny liked his tea. So we go and we get some of his Puff the Green Dragon and pull it out and put it in like loosely in both of Lenny's pockets, so that to help with the smell, but also to let him be buried with it. We haven't really talked about it, Chase, but is it burial? Is it cremation? Is there other Outrider traditions?
It is a cremation, actually. If you remember in the crypt, there was that room where you had that initial meeting,
right,
regarding the situation at Carver's Cliff. As you are getting ready for the funeral rites, you walk in and you see Luca directing things, and there is a pyre in the middle of the room, and you see Lenny there, laying in state.
Oh, old Lenny. I can't believe you made it this long. Glad you went out the way you wanted to. Did you see how many took out, Luca?
It was shocking, genuinely.
I don't think so. Not at all. Nothing Lenny could do was shocking.
He had not had any field work in longer than you've been a member.
Yes, I know, but I don't think I'd put anything past him.
Well, apparently I was wrong, too.
Who's the new librarian?
Yeah, we'll figure that out next.
Cool. It's not me, Luca.
I know it's not.
Good. Just saying it out loud.
No, I'm sorry to inform you, Cecil, but you're back on field work for the foreseeable future. I hope you understand this.
I have done some things, and I understand that once you get back into it, it's kind of the rest of your life. You only get to walk away the one time.
So it goes.
So it goes. At least it'll smell good in here. And I pull out the tea and I don't sage the body, but it's a little bit like it. It's a little bit, I think it's a little bit Outrider ritual to prepare for cremation, because we don't want the cremation to be gnarly.
Yep.
We would have practices for that, but I think it's also Cecil's way that he's figured out how to contribute here. Not that there have been an extreme amount of Outrider deaths.
No. You go about and do your preparation, and you see the special pattern of wood that they use down here to help kind of hide the body as the worst of the effects take over. Harper, you're able to come in and place the quill upon his chest.
Mm-hmm.
Erebin, you received a message earlier today that Fenrir is going to be leaving town. He has asked that you meet outside of one of the buildings in the new district of the city, the one that basically surrounds the entirety of it. Some instant temple that they were able to construct. It's early summer, so it's probably about 9 o'clock. The sun has fully set. The smoke has cleared the sky, so it is no longer safe for Fenrir to be outside during the day. But he has asked to meet you here. Light is filtering in from inside the church. Fenrir greets you.
I just want to say real quick before this happened, I'm sure Erebin let Cecil and Harper know.
Absolutely.
Because if shit goes down, he needs to send up a message.
Evan, do you
Certainly.
want backup, or are you good?
I gotta do this alone. But
Okay.
if things go sideways,
I only run so fast.
I know.
You want to take a shell phone?
If you have them.
Yeah, I still got 'em.
Do you deactivate the one from Uberg?
I guess technically over the course of a long rest, which I'm assuming we've had,
Yes.
I can just turn that off and turn on a new pair. So
Yep, absolutely.
I would radio to Troy being like, hey, this one's going dark. You can just throw it in the river or something. And I'll burn up a new set of shell phones and
Cool.
just give one to Erebin as a little safety net.
Burner shell.
Keep this one. Don't give it to Cecil.
I've learned my lesson.
Fenrir greets you outside. Light filters from inside. Erebin,
Fenrir,
look, I gotta go. Duty calls.
I understand. Even though we didn't have to fight, a deal's a deal. And Erebin pulls the shard from his pocket.
Fenrir extends his hand.
Now, before I give this to you, I know that you will never agree with what I've done and the choices I've made. But in our lives, we all have our separate paths, and this is where mine took me. And I know the Penumbra wants the rest of these pieces, and they are spread out all across Meandaris. But this is a start, and I'm giving that to him. And if he wants the rest of it, it's in his best interest to keep me alive. But if he really wants to kill me, Erebin reaches out his hand, he better come do it himself.
You see, and he takes the shard. That is what he and I both greatly like about you. You're direct. With this, I'm not going to say he has no quarrel with you, but he's not going to go out of his way to hunt you.
I understand. I wouldn't expect him to be fine and dandy after this. I know what I did, and I know the gravity of it. But he also knows that I'm giving him something that is not absolute power, but is still very powerful.
Oh, yes. No, yeah, there are plans for this. I'm actually on my way to meet him. Though I will give you a little bit of advice. If he does return to power, run. Run until you no longer hear his name. Any name that he has used.
Understood. While we'll never be friends, I do respect you, Fenrir.
I thought we were friends. Well,
We got different definitions of the word friend.
Regardless, I respect you too.
Safe travels.
May the shadow that was never darken your door. And he pockets it and walks away. You hear his footsteps round a corner, followed by silence. You are left standing outside this church built to some strange inspiration god in a town that you thought you were familiar with.
What is this place?
I think we're the bad guys, Griff. Are we the bad guys? We might be the bad guys.
We just happen to live in the bad guy's house.
But we got rid of the bad guy.
So it's our house now, right?
I don't think so.
I think that makes us the bad guy, though.
I think we just still live in it.
Anybody else doing anything else?
Harper's
like
fucking agog and aghast every time she sees a new thing roll through Bearing. Like, she's definitely tried to, like, cozy up to too close to a soldier or a unit of infantry to get a look at their weapons. The fucking airships have her mind just like, she's gobsmacked by what she's seeing.
Harper is thoroughly gooped and gagged.
It's just like we get one shot, I'm sure, of Harper just like out on a normal morning, like it's polishing Ignis, and then a shadow overrolls top both of them, and they just both look up to see a fucking airship flying by, and it's like, what do you mean? It's just she's already back at the drawing board to
give Ignis wings.
I don't know, but like, there's a lot that's like, okay, like she's hit with this feeling of like, I've barely scratched the surface.
Pegasus Tortoise goes unbearably hard.
Sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh creature.
Pegasus Tortoise. So Iggy would be would that make him Piggy?
Piggy.
I summon Piggy in attack mode.
Oh no.
By playing this fusion card, I combine my Iron Tortoise with my Viridian Pegasus, creating Piggy!
And also Pot of Greed, and I end my turn.
But yeah, I think Harper's taking some time to like try to, keep checking up with Mom, making sure that she's doing okay.
Yeah.
I think we maybe need to figure out what moving south looks like, considering we're currently being invaded by our nation to the south. We're technically at war, I would wager.
I don't think we're at war anymore. I think we're part of the South now.
Well, I think, yeah, it's going to be a matter of, like, waiting for some sort of decree to come out to, like, say that for certain before we make any moves. But, like, I think her project after building the quill for Lenny has been creating a fantasy dehumidifier that she can put in Mom's room.
For sure.
Cecil has stopped by and cast Lesser Restoration on Mrs. Candlekeep each morning.
I can't wait till Harper just fully opens up a Fantasy 5 Below.
What's it called?
Silver Tree.
Copper Tree, yeah.
Everything's a copper 25.
Yeah, Dad went out to the Copper Tree for milk and he never came back.
Damn.
Good riddance if he's going to the Copper Tree for milk.
You are all informed before you hit the hay.
Did we have... I'm sorry, Chase. Did we have Copper Tree? Did we have Copper Tree before Amozrin pulled up, or did Amozrin bring Copper Tree with them?
Jason's looking at us so disappointed.
Copper Tree, more like Boy Ragnarok.
You can tell he wants to contribute to the bit, but he also wants to get back to his fucking narrative.
I'm just trying to figure out what they're edging out instead of Copper Tree.
Amazon.
Before you go to bed, you are all informed that after lunch the next day, so after the funeral also, the three of you will be meeting with Jasper and Luca, as well as Meredith, to discuss what to do with the shards.
Hey, can I talk to you guys real quick?
Yes, what is it? What's up?
So, in the middle of everything on the day,
We've had several. You'll need to be more specific.
Yeah,
the
it's
big
been-
one,
That still doesn't really narrow it down. They've all been pretty big.
the day our illustrious king
That
was
one.
found dead.
Yeah.
And then a Mosrin showed up?
Yes, the one.
Yeah, okay, great. Yes.
Guess it is pretty big by comparison.
The fish chili cook-off was incredible.
What do you need to say, Harper?
Don't sell yourself short, Harper. You won a very important award on that day. It's a big day too.
I'm a throttle you.
Is that how you make Ignis go fast? I hear that's how the Amosrans talk about their airships.
Cecil's being as quippy as Ryan right now.
Cecil's in a great mood, which is a little dark.
Right. So anyway, the point. Jasper and I kind of had it out on the day.
Right.
They wanted notes on the destruction of the core,
Sure. Yes.
and I showed them a piece,
yes.
and they kind of took it from me. And before I could get a word in edgewise, kind of squirreled it away in a weird drawer in his desk, and
A drawer?
I told him I wasn't. I have it back, but
Did
I
you
had to-
steal it?
no. I kind of had to put my foot down.
Does he know how powerful these things are?
I don't think they do.
Put it in a
There's no way
drawer.
for them to know. I mean, Jasper's got a couple of fancy drawers over there. He is the spy master. I've been in there. I've been through some of it.
If there'd be
But
anyone else in
nothing-
this town and the Outriders equipped to handle it, it'd be Jasper, but
But he's not, and you are the only person, probably at the very least this town, if not this country, who is capable of containing them.
and also, that was ours. And we're going to be the ones, by and large, having a say in what happens to them.
We don't even know if that box can contain its power for forever.
Right. All this to say, it sounds like our illustrious spy captain's going to be in on that conversation, and when they are inevitably giving me sideways looks, I wanted y'all to know why. And
Well, we've got your back on that, 100%. We'll tell them to fuck off. Oh, did you already do that?
yeah,
Okay, we will also tell him to fuck off.
I was told that if I ever spoke that way to them again, it'd be the least of my worries.
Hey, Harper,
Yeah,
do you know something?
what's that?
And Cecil kind of stops and stills for a second and makes eye contact with Harper so that she knows how serious they are. The Outriders need you a whole lot more than you need the Outriders.
Harper really doesn't know what to say in response to that. You can see the gears kind of turning in her head, no pun intended, and I think she just...
Know your worth, Harper Talk. You have created something no one else here could create. And there's a whole country over there that is doing similar work. I'm not saying fuck the Outriders, far from it. I am saying that you are very singular.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Harper just kind of not meekly, but just kind of quietly goes back to her lunch and just kind of waits for the time to be called.
Harper's eating lunch, you know what that means.
Before the meeting is the funeral. You all, after lunch, filter into the crypt meeting hall, where only a few months ago you met to discuss the attack on Carver's Cliff. Today, the room has returned to its original purpose, as a pyre keep. Lenny, as you all have seen, lays in state upon his pyre. His sash is folded up over top of his chest, his hands resting on his stomach. As everyone comes in and takes a seat, Luca takes the platform. It's elevated from the floor, but lower than the pyre itself. He looks at his old friend and mentor, sighs, and pulls the sash over his face. Looks at you all, and speaks. Outrider tradition informs us that, at the dawn of law, while cities started to flourish, the roads between were dangerous, pinpricks of light upon an ever-dark night sky, flickering candles on winter nights, spots of good leather on a burning bench. In time, one rose above to clear the roads. Detron Sex, brought to aid by their companions, cleared the roads and eventually conquered the skies. In that time, the Outriders were the greatest force upon this world, and it was right to be so. But in time our light has waned, but never our spirit. And never his spirit. Never his spirit. Lenny was a true and noble friend, my own mentor when I first joined the Outriders. He taught me a great many things, never to judge a book by the spine, to listen more than I speak, and to take care in all things that I put my name to. Lenny was a true and good Outrider to the last, even when he prefer he not. His courage should be lauded, his patience should be echoed, and his diligence should be remembered. So say we all, with a final, mournful look and whispered words that none else can hear. Fire leaps from his hand and catches the pyre. The smoke thickens, turns black, and soon the form of Lenny is hidden among smoke and blaze. Luca steps off from the pyre, dusts himself off for a moment, looks at the three of you and mouths, "When you're ready," and heads off towards his office.
I think Harper just gives a little squeeze on the arm to both Arabin and then to Cecil. Gives just like a customary Outrider salute to Lenny, and then busies herself just like making sure the fire stays burning, making sure the ventilation is set so that everything vents clearly, just kind of stage managing, honestly, to make sure that everyone else has an opportunity to have the time that they
As
need
you
with
do
Lenny.
that, you can't help but go to look at Meredith. She has been silent through this, honestly, since Lenny has been found. You know, she was one of the last people to see him alive. She told him to get back to the crypt, and he clearly defied that recommendation. And she's not letting herself have a moment's peace over it. She stands, ever vigilant, at the door, not moving, but tears, just like a solid stream down her face.
Is it like a customary thing to have someone kind of standing sentinel at the door, like kind of Sergeant at Arms style?
Not necessarily. It's not an unusual thing. But she clearly does not need to be doing this, and clearly someone of her station does not need to be the one doing this. But she has very clearly decided that until this meeting starts, this is what she is doing.
Whether she takes me up on it or not, I will unfold my spear and sort of take a position opposite of her and say, I can hold the post for a moment, not Captain, if you'd like to take any time.
I said my goodbyes last night. Thank you, Harper.
Then, I'll stand with you.
Thank you.
And I'll put the butt of my spear on the ground and kind of stand with her.
Arabin.
Yeah, Arabin is gonna stand looking at the fire and the smoke for a while. While he's trying to remain stoic, there is sorrow on his face, and it is reminiscent of the sorrowful look he used to have in his days of serving the Penumbra. He mostly just stands there silent.
Mm-hmm.
Cecil goes and sits next to the pyre and just kind of sits and watches and waits. It's been a while since we've had a Outrider of age die. It's not abnormal for an Outrider to die in service at a younger age or in their prime, but for Lenny to have made it as long and as late as he did, that doesn't not happen. We don't see Outriders make it that long. And I think Cecil feels the weight of their age also, not knowing how they will end up ultimately aging or how long they have. And I think there's just some reflection and connection on mortality, especially given the events of the previous day.
Mm-hmm.
And after a little bit, Cecil wipes away the last tear and, "Don't worry, Lenny. We'll find someone to look after your books. I don't think it'll be Arbin, though. We need him to do other things. Won't be me either. I suppose it's active duty again. We could have used you. I'm glad you went down the way you wanted. Goodbye, old friend." And Cecil stands up and steps over to Arabin and puts an arm around Arabin. "Do you want some more time?"
No, I think I'm all right. We should be going.
"Hey, Arabin,
Yeah,
it's okay to not be okay."
I know. It's actually good. This is the first time I've not felt okay in a while. It's good to know that I
Good.
still can feel that way.
Just kind of pats you on the shoulder. Good. Good. Growth.
That's what it's all about.
Right. Let's go kick a spy master's ass, huh? Shall we?
Kicking ass is my favorite thing.
I know it is. We step out. Harper,
Yeah.
let's go throw our weight around a little bit.
The Knight Captain raises her eyebrows at that.
Oh, come on, Meredith.
Hey, it's your fault for teaching me how to fight. Now you made me feel like a badass.
Knew it was a mistake, but what can you do? Everyone's got to do a little bit of everything anymore.
We sure do. We sure do.
Right. She takes a handkerchief out and wipes her face. To it then.
No, you're coming too. Okay, well, you didn't
Yes.
hear that last part then.
Mm.
I, Ryan, assumed she was staying here because I thought the meeting was with just Luca and Jasper.
No,
It's the heads of the different.
I
like,
thought it
orders,
was
like
just
chapters.
the other two.
Here's. Hey, remember that thing I said that I might need to talk to the table about?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So, what I wanted to see is how you guys felt about Harper squirreling away a shard for herself and not telling anyone about it. Alternatively, we can squirrel away a shard as a group and not tell anyone about it. But I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the matter. Because it's a different thing tonally if Harper's keeping a secret from y'all versus we're keeping a secret from the captains.
I think if you're gonna make the choice for Harper to do that, it's a strong choice. Ryan, support it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, narratively,
I think it's interesting.
It's interesting.
Narratively, that's super interesting. Yeah.
But like, where is Harper keeping it?
I mean, that's the thing, is like, we would be like agreeing on places to put these things, and I would have to come up with an in-fiction way of saying one got away from us or someone sniped one, and I'm like, Jasper stole it, and I'm blaming it on him.
And you'll have to make the choice of, is Harper doing this, or is the Shard wanting Harper to do this?
Now you're seeing where I'm getting at,
Yeah,
Jameson.
corruption.
Because who has spent the most time with the Shards recently outside of...
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm all for Harper's villain arc.
Then, I think nothing needs to happen right now, but, Chase will cross that bridge, I think, when the moment arrives.
So I guess that this is my big question. Is this something you think Harper does in the moment, or Harper decides, no, I'm going to do this ahead of time?
No, she's been absolutely thinking about it ahead of time.
Okay.
And I think actually what I've done is, if you'll allow me maybe even to make a check about it, is Harper has made a convincing fake.
Okay.
Has found like a piece of maybe not real obsidian, but
It was
maybe
pumice.
like it's pumice, right? So the sword was obsidian.
Yes.
So finding a natural material that I can sort of dress up and make look like a counterfeit, essentially.
I am certainly down for this. You are going to have two obstacles that I will just tell you, like, on the face, this is what you are going up against.
Yeah.
One, certain somebody is already taking 2-second looks at you, and they are probably the most observant person you've ever met. And you will need to find time to make this fake while they are watching over you. So if that is the route you would want to go, because the other thing that I will let you know in this moment, because I was keeping track of it last time and I thought it was something you were doing intentionally, you never told them how many pieces there were.
Correct.
You could just squirrel one away, potentially. You're still going to be, trying to hide it.
Cecil and Araben know how many pieces we have, though. And
Yes.
I can't. So, and I don't plan on swapping in a counterfeit now.
Oh, sure. I see.
So I've got time. But if I think we're going into this meeting plain.
Okay. So you have not
then,
done this yet. You are going to try and steal one later, if you cannot acquire one yourself.
I think that's my plan, yes.
Okay.
Do we want to talk about what we want to do with the shards before we get in the room? Because we players haven't really.
No, we haven't. 3 are already... The small ones are all taken care of.
Yes,
Correct.
they are dispersed.
1 Araben gave to Fenrir, 1 we chucked into the depths of the Nexus, and then 1 Carrie has.
Correct.
Yes.
So the small boys are all taken care of. We have 3 medium and 3 large that we need to figure out what we're doing with.
I was wondering if a piece would end up being like experimented on, like to try to be used, or if it's all just way too dark and we can't like even play at that. We have to disperse them or hide them or conceal them or contain them.
I guess Harper's nefarious plans then also are dependent on that conversation, because one of the Outrider captains could very well say, hey, let's hang on to one and have the builders look at it. So it might just fall to that as well. But, so Harper, per usual, is probably just getting ahead of herself. But, I mean, we can probably, like, chuck one in the ocean somewhere. I could build, like, a series of lockboxes and make, like, fucking puzzle boxes out of them and make them a real pain in the ass to open. And then we can slot some shards in there, throw them in the bottom of the sea, chuck one down in the Undercity somewhere if we wanted to. Like, just remote places that would be hard to get to in the first place.
I think these are very good ideas. I think we should get them as far apart from each other as possible, but there's no use for them, right? Like, it's not like we can turn one into a power source or something, because then...
I mean, who's to say?
What we're going to learn from Amozarin very quickly is going to monumentally jump us forward in terms of technology. So I don't know that there's anything we can learn from a piece that will change our way of life, but it might be worth it to study it a bit more so that we as the experts on this thing are able to speak authoritatively on it.
Whatever we decide to do with them, whether it's spreading them out or not, know that if we have one, it's going to be an arms race between all these different beings to assemble the full core. So if we keep a shard, we're keeping a target.
It's an astute observation, Erebin. I don't know that that's a bad thing, necessarily. It keeps us involved.
I don't think it's something we want to be involved in.
Yeah, but if not us, then who?
I'm not saying that I think we should walk away from the Outriders and build a castle in the middle of nowhere and the three of us stand guard over a shard until the end of time. That's not what I'm suggesting.
If we keep one or more of these shards, nobody can know about it.
Agreed.
But if we keep one here...
With the Outriders?
Then we are making Bering a target again.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way around that.
Are there any other organizations in the country that we trust? Like, I don't know if the Church of the Eminence is going to hold up at all. What with a new theocracy movement, not theocracy, but a new like theocratic doctrine moving in.
Not really. No, it's the Outriders are nothing, basically, because everything else is tied more or less to the country or the crown.
Right.
Yeah.
And who knows where any of that's going to land. The Outriders, who knows where we'll land.
I'm not giving a shard to Stuart's brother. That's for sure.
No, for sure. He's just a guy. Erebin, what about Luck? Just thinking of like otherworldly sort of entities that we know.
I don't know if he wants to touch it.
Fair enough.
It might be too chaotic.
I realize what I'm saying here. What about all trade? I'm thinking of people who
Powerful people who will take things elsewhere.
Yeah.
Why would we give it to all trade?
For the pure purpose of spreading them out.
I like
It's not
that.
a bad idea.
It does immediately get all trade in on the chase to combine them all. And I don't
think that's something
know...
that he would want?
Oh, it's something he would definitely want. Are you kidding me? He's an archfey.
Allegedly.
Although, is it just going to end up as a museum piece in his park?
No.
That's also
no,
not great.
It wouldn't be, because it's too much of a source of power. He would use it. It wouldn't just sit around.
We could put one in a box. We give it to Brother Lobazan, and we say, "Hey, go take it to like the head church of your god-eating cult, and they can put it in the cellar or something." I'm spitballing, gang.
I will also throw out the other ones that you will be meeting also have ideas.
But we're trying to figure things out before we get there, just so we have ideas as
So
well.
we can go,
Fair enough.
We need a
fuck
plan.
you.
So we're not
doing
going into this conversation cold.
We would have
But
talked
I
about
think-
this over the last day or however long.
Absolutely.
I think we're at a point where we can probably go into the meeting, though. I think that we've hit our big targets, at least.
I do kind of like the idea of giving it to an... Like, we've already given them to patrons. Like, why not give it to an archfey?
Yeah, one to all trade, one to Lobazan, one in the depths of the ocean to hopefully Cthulhu,
Yep.
and then the rest we keep.
Throw it in the other city with the slimes.
Yeah. This is a good plan.
Thank you for joining us here on Another Path. You can find our website and merch store at anotherpathpodcast.com and our network at ghostlightmedia.net. You can support our efforts by donating at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia or by giving us a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher will let you. You can find us on Blue Sky at anotherpathpodcast.com, Ryan at ralbrecht.bluesky.social, Griffin at griffcult.bluesky.social, and myself at tqloudly.com. You can find Justin on TikTok at JustJustinMichael, and myself at tqloudly. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode, and until then, remember that sometimes all you gotta do is ask, even if it's a big ask. This has been a Ghostlight Media production.